Fantasia. Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. How are you doing on this lovely Saturday morning or whenever it is that you're stopping by, popping in? Speaking of popping in, let's go ahead and listen to the amazing Blondel with their song Fantasia Lindum. I have never heard of the band except by your suggestion. Some of you were talking about the amazing Blondel, so I figured, you know what? Let's blondel them up. Let's put it all in. This is off their album Fantasia Lindum, which was released in 1970. Like I said, I've never heard of them. I'm not going to look at anything about them. We are just going to go ahead and play the song. Sometimes, especially when I'm listening to like a new band for the first time, I don't like to read anything about them. I pull up the Wikipedia for the album, I pull up the lyrics, and then I go. I look at the time, like I know this was 20 minutes, so, you know, Long Song Saturday. I look at that, and that's it. I just go. So let's go ahead and get into it. Hope that you guys enjoy the music. Hope that I enjoy the music. And without further ado, let's do it. This is the amazing Blondel, or Amazing Blondel, I'm sorry, with Fantasia Lindum. Also, before I start it, I couldn't find it on Spotify, so we're listening to it on YouTube. I skipped the ad. Hopefully everything's good from here on. Let's go.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Swifts and swains
to your window, oh lady, be mine tonight. Verses of sweet words speak soft by your pillow to woo you while the sun slips from sight. Evening descending, days at an ending, the plowboy lays down his share. Lincoln sleeps still from valley to hill, the silence of night is there. May gardens of roses, crimson fragrance expounding, adorn your dream fields tonight. And as day closes, waning with twilight surrounding, then let our love's eager flame burn bright. Evening descending, days at an ending, the plowboy lays down his share. Lincoln sleeps still from valley to hill, the silence of night is there. Thus falls the darkness, watching the world lie yawning. It turns the day safe tonight. So sleep sound, my darling, slumber until the morning brings forth a blessed blanket of light. Evening descending, days at an ending, the plowboy lays down his share. Lincoln sleeps still from valley to hill, the silence of night is there. sparkling dew soaks the dawn for us, announcing the night time's decay. Morning larks on the lawn's mast signify a newborn day. Welcomed rays that the sun cast gleam brighter in every single way. Now from the dismal gloom of night's incarcerate tomb shines your celestial light, heavenly sacred sight. Shine on celestial light. You're as fresh as the daybreak, as radiant as the early morning sun. All the weathering of the years make your splendor a sight second to none. And
I feel like I just took the best nap mentally ever. I feel refreshed. I feel good. I thought that was so gorgeous. Pure beauty. Wonderful string arrangements. Natural resonant singing. Love all the instruments that come in. You get some crumb horn, I think. We'll think later. The harpsichord, guitars, strings, whatever else is being used. Can I tell you that this is the sound of an awakening? This is the sound of rebirth. This would be a great alarm clock. In some ways. On one hand, this would be great to be awakened by this type of music. Absolutely. This would be the best thing to be awakened by. I feel like your morning just starts off differently. At the same time, it's 20 minutes and you may not want to get out of bed, so you may be late to wherever you need to go. But how beautiful was this? I thought that this was so gorgeous. So this is like a medieval folk kind of band, song, album, basically. This is some good medieval folk. So while I was listening to this, I was just imagining some troupe of minstrels and musicians playing to themselves in the woods, perhaps surrounded by a fire. But I wasn't getting anything nocturnal or nighttime here. I was getting like morning, early morning, playing to the sunrise. The lyrics themselves are, I think, so poetic, so graceful, so well worded. The rhyming, whether that's the internal rhymes, the flow of the music, is accentuated by the beauty of the strings and the structure of it all. This is to me like just poetic bliss and brilliance in all forms, whether lyrically or musically. Can I tell you, that felt longer than 20 minutes, and it dragged. And you're thinking, that's a bad thing. I mean that as a positive, actually. This felt like it just kept going on and on and on, but it's not a problem when you don't want it to end. When it's dragging, in this sense, I'm hoping it drags more. I'm hoping it slows down even more. This is so cool. And this is one singular track, one singular song, but it sounds like, I don't know how many, but several different songs put together. Because there were pauses in between as if we were going to the next track. But this was all just one. I really like that. I really like that a lot. Is all of their music like this? Or are there other sides of the band? Because while this may be one side or the whole side, I think that this was like... This is music you put on in the morning to get up to. At least to me. This is a nice easing of the day to get you along. Fantasia Lindum. Guess I should look up what that means. Well, I see it actually here on Wikipedia. The album title is taken from the musical sequence which makes up the first side of the album. A fantasia is a free musical composition with its roots in the art of improvisation. Lindum is the Latin name for the city of Lincoln. Okay. Well, that actually gives me a completely different idea of what this song could be about. Because at first, when I was first looking at it, I was thinking that this is just kind of a folk song based on nature, just speaking about nature and the surrounding lands and things going on in them. Then I was thinking that it was perhaps being spoken to a lover. But I think now that it's the whole thing is probably singing just very poetically about the actual city. And then even at the end of this track, he says, "Your splendor a sight second to none, and mortals will wake from their sleep," mortals from their sleep will wake to view you for 1,000 years on. The music sounds very old. So it's almost like they're singing from perhaps the beginnings of the city of Lincoln, but about how its splendor will last forever. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Let's go ahead and get into some of these lyrics. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I think there's some really beautiful lines in here. Swifts, swains, and leafy lanes. Swifts and swains, leafy lanes. This country brings them near. As a lover to this lass and a woodsman to this deer. I love those lines. Swifts and swains, leafy lanes. This country brings them near. Resplendent in its finery. Okay, so I guess if I was really paying attention to the lyrics, in the first lines he does say this country. Thoughts of field and pasture in rapture, the capture, or capture fair memories of my youth, days of love and laughter, yet laughter thereafter, a lay to leave but truth. Do you see the rhyme scheme, the poetry? You kidding me? The rhythm of the words. Scenes of church and priory inspire me and fire me to dwell on times gone by. Hours of merry making when pleasures were fortaking. How can they all die now? The pain of my forlorn love has been this countryside of Lincoln Green. I really should have paid attention to the lyrics. There would have been no question about what the song was about. But let me talk about these two lines here. I thought this was so good. So like I said, at one point, I was kind of thinking that this is now transitioning into like a love song, but for a lover. I know it's about the country now, or about the city of Lincoln, but if this was written to a lover, how good are these lines? Your beauty is perfection as two notes rhymed in harmony. Your faults I can detect none, for God must doubt there are any. That's a smooth criminal. Song of love buyer, speed soon to your window. O lady, be mine tonight. Sweet words speak soft by your pillow to woo you while sun slips from sight. May gardens of roses, crimson fragrance expounding, adorn your dream fields tonight. And as day closes, waning with twilight surrounding, then lit our love's eager flame burn bright. This is like one of those love letters that some archaeologist or someone finds 200, 300 years later, spoken in this beautiful, flowery language. Just, God, you're as fresh as the daybreak, as radiant as the early morning sun. All the weathering of the years make your splendor a sight second to none. Even as time, deteriorates is a bit strong, but even as the city ages, its beauty still holds up, second to none. Cathedrals spark set light to dark. And at that moment, when he mentions the cathedral, the music kind of rises up in cadence just a little bit, almost like an illuminating light and climax to the song. That is so good. Let's read about this album really quick, huh? The Amazing Blondel. The dog which appears on the album cover was Terry Wincott's Great Dane, called Jacob. That is so cool. This is really, really impressive. I'm looking at the breakdown of the sections in this track. It's broken down into 10 sections: prelude and theme, song, swifts, swains, and leafy lanes, dance, jig upon jig, dance, God must doubt, song, Lincolnshire lullaby, dance, bass dance theme, dance, quattro dance, pavan, song, celestial light for Lincoln Cathedral, dance, Coranto theme, and then end. Oh, okay, so it switches between like song because they're singing, and then dance because this is the moment to dance? Basically, maybe. Hey, this is kind of cool. While there are no drums on this particular track, Jim Capaldi from Traffic plays drums apparently on the last track of the album, The Siege of Yottlethorpe. That is one of the coolest names ever. Yottlethorpe? That is such a cool name. Yottlethorpe? I want to live there. Let's look up Yottlethorpe really quick. How cool is that? I've never heard of this place. I type in Yottlethorpe. Hope I'm saying that right. And the first thing that pops up is this really cool triangular church. Was that a scalene triangle? Anyways. Hey, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining me here on the channel, for watching this video, for listening to some music. I hope that this brightened your day a little bit. Be honest now. The song comes out, the video comes out Long Song Saturday. I think that this was a great song to put on like in the morning. I think this is one of those songs that you wake up and you feel refreshed. It's like a nap you wake up from and you feel refreshed. Like you feel revitalized. All the previous day's cares out the window, and you're prepared to take on whatever's next for the rest of the day. Anyways, let me know your thoughts. You can follow me on Twitter and on Patreon. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. Hope this put you in a good mood. I'll talk to you later. Bye.